How many times have you felt like you had no energy? And how many times have you looked in the mirror and thought how wonderful it would be if you still had the energy you had when you were in your youth? And again, how many times have you ardently desired to rediscover that vitality that seemed inexhaustible, that feeling of being able to face the world with strength and clarity, almost aspiring to eternal youth? But through all this, have you ever wondered if there is a way to slow down the inexorable passage of time and enjoy a long and fulfilling life, a true long life? In this video, drawing on profound Buddhist wisdom and a touching Zen story, we explored the secrets to radiant longevity and awakening the regenerative power of your stem cells. We will see which are the 9 drinks that, according to Buddhist teachings, can increase stem cells and promote longevity, contributing to a longer lifespan and supporting your spiritual and personal growth. So, stick around until the end because you'll discover ancient knowledge that can transform your perspective on aging and re-energize your journey towards spirituality and longevity. Before continuing, please like the video and share it with anyone who wants to discover the secrets of long life and eternal youth through Buddhist wisdom. In the heart of a serene valley, nestled among ancient pine trees and the murmur of a crystal-clear stream, stood the Buddhist temple of Enlightening, the temple of long life. Its dark tiles, smoothed by time and weather, emanated a quiet wisdom, an echo of the countless prayers and meditations that had permeated its walls for centuries. That warm spring afternoon, a motley group of people had gathered in the temple garden, faces marked by curiosity, tiredness, or simply the search for a little peace, turned toward an elderly monk sitting on a meditation cushion under a majestic cherry tree in bloom. His name was Roshi Kenzo, and his eyes, though furrowed by countless springs, shone with a serene and penetrating inner light. His saffron-colored robe, simple and clean, contrasted with the bright pink bloom that framed him. An expectant silence fell over the garden as Roshi Kenzo, a gentle smile crinkling the corners of his eyes, began to speak in a calm, melodious voice, like the rustling of leaves in the wind. Friends, welcome to this place of quiet. I see in your eyes the questions that often trouble the human heart. Do I still have the energy I once had? Will my body support me much longer? Is vitality a flower that will inevitably wither? A low murmur ran through the crowd. The monk's words had struck a sore point, resonating with their own experiences of fatigue and the awareness of time passing inexorably. Roshi Kenzo continued, his voice maintaining a calm tone, but filled with deep conviction. You have been led to believe that aging is a one-way street, an inexorable descent into frailty. But I tell you, vitality does not have an expiration date written in stone. Sure, the body changes, as do the seasons, but the inner spark, the regenerative force that dwells in each of us, can be nurtured, awakened. He paused briefly, scanning the faces of those present. Today, I will not speak to you of magical elixirs or fountains of eternal youth. Instead, I will offer you 9 simple beverages, gifts of nature and ancient wisdom. Drinks that can awaken your innate ability to regenerate cells, promote longevity, and give your body a second chance to regain strength and clarity. It is not magic, but it is applied knowledge. It is deep listening to the body and mind. Let's start with how we welcome each new day. Roshi Kenzo continued. How does your day begin? Do you wake up dragging the weight of accumulated tiredness, immediately reaching for the cup of coffee as a tacit agreement with habit? Wisdom, combined with simple biology, teaches us that when we wake up, our body is like a thirsty garden after a long night. It needs to be hydrated, awakened gently. A glass of warm water with the juice of half a lemon is not a miracle potion, but an act of kindness towards yourself. Vitamin C strengthens the immune system, antioxidants fight inflammation, and the alkalizing effect helps the body start the day in harmony. But there is more. Drink it with intention, with the knowledge that each sip is a healing choice, a small step toward vitality. Monks begin their day with this purifying drink before meditation, because they know that a clear mind dwells in a well-nourished body. Before you dive into the whirlwind of the day, offer your body this simple gift. Remember the words of the wise Epictetus: "Great things are not achieved all at once, but little by little." Roshi Kenzo smiled, recalling his early years of practice in the monastery. In the silence of the mountains, I learned patience by watching the snow melt in spring. I learned that true strength is not built quickly, but with perseverance and dedication. Green tea is a silent master in this regard. For centuries in Eastern cultures, green tea has been a secret of longevity. Today, science confirms what ancient wisdom knew. Catechins protect the heart, L-theanine promotes calm without drowsiness, and antioxidants fight cellular aging. Recent studies suggest that regular consumption of green tea improves cognitive function and reduces the risk of cardiovascular disease. But beyond the physical benefits, green tea teaches us patience. Brewing it carefully, sipping it slowly, is an act of mindfulness, a reminder that good things take time. Like a monk cultivating his practice, we cultivate our health with small but meaningful daily choices. Remember, regeneration does not happen with a single decision, but with the repetition of conscious actions. Have you ever noticed how you feel after physical exertion? Asked Roshi Kenzo, his gaze piercing. Do you feel out of breath, exhausted? The quality of our oxygenation determines our vitality. And here, an often overlooked root, beetroot, becomes a powerful ally. Beetroot juice, with its intense color, is rich in natural nitrates that dilate blood vessels, allowing more oxygen to reach every cell in the body. Studies have shown that drinking it before exercise improves performance, reduces fatigue, and optimizes cardiovascular function. But even in everyday life, integrating this juice can make a big difference, making your energy more stable and the feeling of heaviness less oppressive. The Stoics remind us that the body and mind are a reflection of our daily choices. We cannot expect vitality if what we offer our bodies is mediocrity. A simple glass of beetroot juice can be a decision that makes the difference between a life of fatigue and a life of renewed strength. True strength is not in age, but in how we take care of what we have. Roshi Kenzo closed his eyes for a moment, as if savoring a distant memory. Our body is like a temple in constant repair. Every day, millions of cells die and are replaced. Imagine you are the architects of this temple. What materials are you using to rebuild it? Fragile or solid? After the age of 30, our bodies begin to produce less collagen, the protein that keeps bones, joints, and skin strong and elastic. Bone broth, a food consumed by ancient civilizations for centuries, is a rich source of collagen, glycine, and essential minerals that promote cell regeneration, reduce inflammation, and strengthen the immune system. If you feel stiffness in your joints, if your skin has lost elasticity, if you recover more slowly from exertion, it is not necessarily an inevitable sign of aging, but a signal that your body lacks the right materials. A simple habit like drinking bone broth a few times a week can give your body the tools it needs to repair itself from the inside out. Aging is not the problem, but aging without the resources it needs to continue to function fully. What if I told you there was a root that could reduce inflammation, protect memory, and strengthen the immune system? Asked Roshi Kenzo, an enigmatic smile on his lips. You'd probably think it was a modern discovery. But turmeric is a medicinal treasure used for more than 2,000 years in India and China, considered sacred not only for its physical benefits, but also for its spiritual significance. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, has a powerful anti-inflammatory effect, comparable to that of some drugs, but without their side effects. It helps keep joints flexible, reduces the risk of neurodegenerative diseases, and fights cellular oxidation, one of the main causes of premature aging. Stoicism teaches us that the key to a full life is not to avoid challenges, but to prepare to face them with strength. Aging is not a battle to be won with external interventions, but with the acceptance of the passing of time and with the wisdom to give our body what it needs to remain strong on this journey. Think of inflammation as a slow fire burning inside you. Turmeric is like a gentle rain that puts out those flames. Incorporating it into your life is an act of respect for your body. You can brew it, add it to stews, soups, or smoothies. Remember, time continues, but how you move through it is up to you. There is something almost sacred about holding a cup of hot chocolate in your hands. Roshi Kenzo said, his voice softening. Not the cocoa adulterated with sugars and additives, but the pure one, which our ancestors considered a food of the gods. For the Mayans and Aztecs, cocoa was not just a drink, but a symbol of vitality, resistance, and connection with the divine. Today, science gives us reason to believe that they were right. Pure cocoa is one of the richest sources of flavonoids, compounds that protect the cardiovascular system, reduce blood pressure, and improve circulation. It contains theobromine, a substance that stimulates the nervous system in a gentle and sustained way, and is rich in tryptophan, a precursor to serotonin, the neurotransmitter of happiness. It is no coincidence that cocoa is associated with emotional well-being. The ancients taught that strength of body and mind go hand in hand. It is not just about having a healthy heart, but about strengthening the spirit, having the energy and presence necessary to enjoy what we have. Prepare a cup of pure cocoa without sugar, perhaps with a pinch of cinnamon and a little natural honey. Feel its warmth awaken something that seemed dormant. It is an act of restoration. Recovering cocoa in its original form is recovering a part of our ancestral wisdom, understanding that what gives us energy does not have to wear us out. Vitality is not in the years that pass, but in the way we choose to nourish our body, our mind, and our spirit every day. If you could stop time for an instant, what would you see? Asked Roshi Kenzo, his gaze lost in the distance. Would you still see a fire in your soul or someone who has allowed routine and tiredness to extinguish that flame? The energy with which we face each day is not just a question of age, but of balance. This is where Rooibos tea comes in. Unlike other teas, Rooibos does not contain caffeine, but its effect on the body is powerful. It is rich in unique antioxidants, such as aspalathin and quercetin, which protect the heart, fight inflammation, and reduce oxidative stress. In South African tradition, for centuries, this infusion has been considered the drink of calm, capable of helping us make better decisions when the mind is clouded by anxiety or fatigue. The ancients spoke of the importance of governing our emotions, of not letting ourselves be carried away by the whirlwind of worries and fears. Rooibos reminds us that inner balance is not a luxury, but a necessity. It is not about running faster or pushing the body beyond its limits, but about finding the right rhythm to live with clarity and strength. Allow yourself to be present, feeling the peace of simply being. This is the energy we need to cultivate. Drinking Rooibos is a symbolic act of that serenity. Longevity is not just a matter of years, but of how we choose to inhabit them. Do a simple test, suggested Roshi Kenzo. In the morning, before drinking your coffee or checking your phone, drink a glass of natural coconut water. Don't expect an immediate burst of energy, but pay attention to how you feel after a few minutes. Notice if there is more clarity in your mind, if the heaviness in your body decreases, if your skin appears more luminous. Coconut water is a natural source of electrolytes that hydrate at the cellular level. As we age, our cells become less efficient at retaining water, which affects skin elasticity, physical and mental endurance. Dehydration doesn't always show up as thirst. Sometimes it shows up as tiredness, constant headaches, or mood swings. The Stoics talked about the importance of aligning our actions with nature, of living in accordance with what our bodies really need. Drinking coconut water in silence is a way to recover that connection with the essential, with what truly nourishes and revitalizes us. In Ayurvedic medicine, coconut water is considered a balancing drink, capable of restoring internal harmony. Every sip is an invitation to return to the natural state of vitality that we often forget we have. Try it for a week and observe the subtle changes: more stable energy, less feeling of tiredness, brighter skin, clearer mind. True youth is not found in turning back the clock, but in giving your body what it has always needed to move forward with strength. Roshi Kenzo smiled, a twinkle of mischief in his eyes. At 92, Pablo Picasso still painted with the energy of a young man. How could a man who was almost a century old maintain that level of clarity, vitality, and creative force? Part of the answer was in his lifestyle, which included something many forget. Health is not just the absence of disease, but the daily cultivation of energy and balance. One of his secrets was his simple but powerful diet. Among his habits, he regularly consumed fermented foods. Kefir is an ancient drink, a live ferment full of beneficial bacteria and yeasts that regenerate the intestinal flora, an ace up the sleeve for general health. Science has proven that the gut is our second brain, with a direct connection to emotions, energy, and mental clarity. A healthy microbiome not only improves digestion, but also reduces chronic inflammation, strengthens the immune system, and even influences the production of serotonin, the happy hormone. The ancients spoke of the importance of self-discipline and control over the body. Epictetus said that no man is free unless he is master of himself, and part of being master of ourselves is understanding that what we consume shapes our vitality, our endurance, and our ability to face life with clarity. Kefir, with its living organisms regenerating from within, is a perfect metaphor for that renewal. No matter how long we have spent ignoring our health, there is always an opportunity to rebuild ourselves. Try kefir for a few weeks and see how your body responds. You may notice better digestion, a sharper mind, more stable energy. Youth is not just a matter of age, but of choices. What do you do every day to stay alive in every sense? Roshi Kenzo paused, his gaze taking in the entire group. We've traveled together on a journey of discovery and renewal. We've talked not just about drinks, but about choices. Every sip, every habit, every decision you make each day is a vote for your vitality, your clarity, and your future. It doesn't matter how old you are. What matters is how you choose to live it. Energy is not just a matter of youth, but of conscious attention. A serene smile lit up his face. Remember, Buddhist wisdom teaches us that every moment is an opportunity to begin again, to cultivate our inner strength, and to care for this precious gift that is our body. Be kind to yourself, be aware of your choices, and allow your innate ability to regenerate to flourish.